because life really is too short to hate yourself. I came to the realization that it actually has nothing to do with the way your body looks, and 1,000,000% everything to do with your mindset. Although I wouldn't mind someone writing she has a cracking pair of tits on my gravestone, just an FYI. Huns, the fact that you've even clicked on this video is a good sign. It means you're ready. You're ready to start your self-acceptance, self-love, body confident journey, and I'm excited for you because you're probably like me 2 years ago. Like, I was in a dark place. Like, I have not always been body confident, but now I'm so proud to be, you know, described as someone who is body confident, and dare I say maybe even like an advocate for body confidence and women's body issues. Like, if you had told Sadie 2 years ago that this would be my life now, I would have died. I would have been like, there's absolutely no way. Like, I would have been shitting myself, to be honest, because even back then the thought of getting my body out, the thought of showing my belly on camera, anything like that was just alien. Like, I would not do it. I wouldn't have done it. I have done a video about how I used to feel about my body, and I'll link it below, but just to give a brief synopsis, I definitely have not always been this confident. Honestly, it makes me sad saying it, but I used to hate myself. Like, I used to wake up, and for a few seconds before I became properly conscious of everything, I'd feel happy in the morning. And then within a few seconds, I'd go, oh, today's a nice day. And I'd be like, no, it isn't, because you're fat. And that at least makes me want to cry, thinking that's how I used to start my day every day. Like, I would just start my day with negativity and being like, oh, you're not allowed to be happy for anything because you're disgusting. And every time I looked in the mirror, I'd be like, the way I held myself, the way I went through life, how I let people treat me, it all stemmed to how I felt about my body. Like, it was awful. I used to be really skinny. Grew up very skinny, very slim, like size 6 my whole life. And then moving to London, I got an office job and I wasn't up running around, and I gained weight so quick, like, because I was turning into a woman. It's so normal. But I went from a 6 to a 12 in pretty much a year, and it felt like my whole identity was completely destroyed. Like, life had been quite easy, like my metabolism was fast, and now suddenly I couldn't fit into any of my clothes. I didn't recognize who I saw in the mirror, and I just felt disgusting. And it took me a long time to come to terms with that. And then I started getting like trolling on social media. People, you know, I would post a bikini photo, maybe like a selfie, and people would reply like, you're fat. People would message my ex-boyfriend saying your girlfriend's fat. And then also just with, like, I would post a normal photo, which I had edited. I used to edit my body. I would do every angle to try and make myself look slimmer. I'd always have my arms like this over my body. Like, you can scroll back and find the images. And then I remember being at an event and someone being like, wow, I just want to say, like, I really admire your confidence posting those photos. And I was like, why do I need confidence to post those photos? Like, it was such a backhanded thing. Also, you know what, even when I was skinny, I used to think I was fat. I still woke up and was like, oh, look at my rolls, look at my cellulite, pick myself apart. And I came to the realization that it actually has nothing to do with the way your body looks, and 1,000,000% everything to do with your mindset. Yeah, I want you to know that you are not alone. You're not a freak for hating your body or hating yourself. In fact, the modern world pretty much profits on when women hate themselves. If we're not happy with ourselves, what are we doing? We're out there buying shit, or we're buying comfort food to make ourselves feel better, or buying new clothes. Like, it feeds into the capitalism. Like, they make money off our insecurities. So the biggest fuck you can do is like yourself. And I'm not saying you have to love yourself. I'm not gonna force self-love down you in this video, but I'm saying body neutrality and actually just accepting yourself. Like, just being like, okay, this is me. That is enough. But I mean, I'm always gonna push a little bit, like, to love yourself, because I think the world's a better place when we're positive and filled with love and not hate. So yeah, I feel very passionate about what I do because I hate seeing friends cry over their bodies. Girls think that they're nothing just because of the way their body looks. It's crazy. Like, it's so sad. So I've compiled like my top tips that I feel like I've used over the last 2 years that have made me into the person I am today. Someone who really accepts their body, loves myself for who I am, and yeah, I don't wake up every day, look in the mirror and say, oh, I feel proud and happy of what my body can achieve. And I really want you to get there too, because although I've been through a crazy time the last 2 years with COVID, heartbreak, therapy, all this stuff, I can honestly say it's still been the best, most freeing 2 years, because I've spent it not hating myself, because that was draining me. That was draining me. And I feel like we waste a lot of time thinking about our appearance and looks and stuff, and I do kind of think how much women could achieve. Like, if we just didn't care about how we looked, we'd probably become like presidents. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're trying to make us insecure to keep our power down, for sure, because when we're worrying about stuff like this, we're not worrying about important things like what the government are doing. So don't let them keep our power down. Let's overcome this together and reach our full potential and just live like a happier life. My first top tip, and I'm sure you've heard this one loads, but please, please, please follow people who look like you and inspire you, because one of the things that come up a lot is comparison. Like, comparison genuinely is the killer of joy. Like, if you're comparing yourself to other women who look nothing like you, the ideal beauty standard in magazines, Instagram, for a start, none of it is real. Like, just get it out of your head. None of it is real. None of these images are real. I don't care who you are, they're not real. They're not real. I used to pose I still do pose cleverly, you know, like wear fake tan or wear really flattering outfits. It's like all smoke and mirrors, and then that's before it's even been put through Photoshop and edited. Like, do not compare yourself to that. It is ridiculous. And I think especially where the last few years we've been inside all the time, on our phones all the time, we've got a very warped sense of reality of what people actually look like. Like, people in real life aren't that gorgeous and beautiful. I know that sounds awful, but like, we are pushed these beautiful images every day, and back before social media was a thing, we wouldn't have seen that many beautiful people like in our lifetime, let alone how many people we see in a day. It's not normal, it's not natural. And to be fair, you're making your life hell. You're making your life hell. You're the one doing it. Your social media diet is the most important thing that you can change and curate, and the easiest thing. You can change it right now. You can get your phone and start muting, start unfollowing. Do not let people stress you out on your own phone. And sometimes it can be your closest friends, it can be people you want to follow. Mute them or really limit your access to viewing it, like, because you need to work out what things are triggers for you and really limit them. And a way to do that is fill your feed with things that inspire you and people that look like you. That's what changed my mind completely, because you look at them and you're like, wow, you are beautiful, like, you are gorgeous. I see girls with like cellulite, little belly pouches, rolls, like whatever, and I look at them and go, but you look so fucking fabulous. And it makes me go, well, I look the same, I have the same body, so of course I look fabulous. And it's just so inspiring and freeing, and it makes you feel amazing. So I will link all of my favorite like body confidence influencers, as well as just influencers who do my size 10, 12 fashion inspo. But this isn't just for like mid-size. Obviously I reference that a lot because that's where I sit in the sort of body confidence space, but this can be if you have small boobs and you're insecure, if you're really tall and you're insecure, if you have an athletic body type, whatever body type you have that you are insecure about. None of them need to be insecure, because everyone is gorgeous and divine in their own way. But follow people with that, because that's how you're gonna feel inspired. And now I've got to a place where I can follow girls who are really skinny and work out loads, and it doesn't trigger me, but that's only because I've done the work for 2 years. And things like what I eat in a day videos, or people working out, like if those videos stress you out, just get rid, just literally cull them now. It's not worth it. This next one is the simplest but also the hardest, because it is ingrained in us to do this, but positive self-talk, positive thoughts. How you talk to yourself matters. Like, everyone knows that your thoughts create your reality. If all you think about is how fat, disgusting and ugly you are, then that's what you're gonna be. That's gonna be your reality. That's gonna be what you think of yourself and how you present yourself. But it's a very hard thing. It's almost like you have to rewire your whole brain. But I'm gonna show you ways to get rid of it. But just remember though, the next time you look at yourself and want to say something bad, it's like your subconscious is listening. And I do really feel like, you know, it's kind of like affirmations. You speak things into reality. Like, I'll be careful what you say about yourself, because you will not catch me saying I'm ugly, because I actually don't want to look ugly. So if you keep saying it, I'm like, will it manifest into reality? Like, I don't know. A good way to think about it is you wouldn't say these things to your best friend. You wouldn't say these things to like your 5-year-old self. Just every time you want to look in the mirror and say something awful, just imagine little 5-year-old you, and you wouldn't hurt her like that. You wouldn't say that. So why are you doing, it's just not nice, okay? It's very hard to stop, but you almost need to like the minute it comes, go, no, and just keep doing it and it will stop. Or the minute you say a bad thing, immediately say a good thing after. And that's a new way to rewire. If you look and you're like, oh, my arms look huge, be like, but my eyes look really pretty today. Or, but my hair looks good. Or even if it's just your outfit, or you'd be like, but I had a fun day today. So it's like always putting something positive after, and eventually it'll become a habit. I also just started doing weird shit, like when I see my belly, I like grab it and I'm like, oh, like you look so cute. Or I like grab my rolls and I'm like, oh, so sexy. Or and you might not believe it, and you might be like, this is so creepy and weird, why am I saying this? But it kind of worked. Like I just started saying nice things about the things I hated the most, and suddenly I was like, yeah, it really isn't that bad. Because why is it that bad? Because people have told us to hate it, not because I actually hate it. I don't really care that my belly's a little bit podgy. I don't actually care. I just care because I'm told that I'm meant to have a flat stomach to be beautiful, to live into this beauty standard. And sadly, a lot of us want to do the beauty standard because we want to be seen as desirable, because we want to attract a guy, like, and because life is easier when you're considered beautiful. It is, and that's fine, but it's not fine when it affects your life and you end up hating yourself because of it, you know? So I just changed the tune. Like, if you are the only person in your own mind who can define your own beauty standard. Like, if you think, I actually look fine, I actually look banging, I look fine, like, and also just being fat, or it's just this weird fat phobic world we live in. Why is being fat the worst thing ever, or being seen as disgusting? Like, people who are fat can still be beautiful, it can still look amazing. It's just a different type of body. Like, every body in its own right can be seen as beautiful. Do you know what I mean? It's like rewiring your brain to see beauty in everything. And I just honestly got to the point where I was like, people kept calling me fat, which I'm not for a start, because I'm a UK size 12. If you think a UK size 12 is fat, you seriously need to go to therapy, because you were brainwashed, and it's just disgusting that the average size is like a 16, 14, 16 and up. So it's just get over yourself. It's not fat. And I remember, like, I just sort of sat there one day and like was doing journaling around it, and I was like, if that really is the worst thing someone could ever call me, I'm like, it's not that bad. I don't really care. And I sort of was like, go on then, all right, I'm fat. Like, what? And I can honestly say, when people say it to me now, I'm just like, it actually makes me laugh. I'm like, it's just a word. It's not real. It's whatever. Move along. I'll be a fat, sassy little biatch. I want you right now to tell me your 3 favorite things about your best friend. So it can be anything. I just give you a little time to think about it. 3 favorite things. So I'll go first. So my best friend Camlin, she's just the sweetest, most bubbly, positive, understanding, lovely, fun girl. That was more than 3 I've ever met. And yeah. And did you notice how none of those things were physical? And I can guarantee none of the things you said about your best friend were physical. Of course, you can be like, my best friend's beautiful, but that's not your favorite thing about them. That is not why you love them. That's the same for yourself. Like, our bodies, our faces, our outer shell is the least interesting thing about us. We have so many great qualities. Like, I think I'm a really caring person, I'm a very compassionate person, and that's definitely a quality I like to celebrate, and I'm way more proud of than the way my bloody bum looks in a bikini, you know? You're like, your friends, the things your friends, your family love about you has nothing to do with the way you look. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're an amazing person, and when you die, it's not going to be like on your tombstone, like, oh, she had a cracking pair of tits, that's why I loved her. It's going to be like, no, she was the best person, blah, blah, blah. So just remember that. Although I wouldn't mind someone writing she has a cracking pair of tits on my gravestone, just an FYI. So what I want you to do now is write out as many things as you can about yourself that are not physical, that you love. Can be anything. Can literally just be like, oh, I'm really tidy, I'm really organized, or, you know, I'm friendly to everyone, I make everyone feel comfortable, I'm funny, I'm loyal, I'm anything about your personality. You can even put some in the comments too, but we definitely need to celebrate these things more. They're so much more important. Who you are as a person, your character, is always going to be 100% more important than how you look. So please keep that with you at all times. And especially in the beginning of your self-acceptance and self-love journey, it's important to be constantly reminding yourself of things you like about yourself, because sometimes when your self-worth is low, it's hard. But even if at the end of every day you just write 3 things, you can write physical stuff, definitely write physical stuff. Women need to be able to say they look good and they look pretty and they look confident. Like, why did we grow up thinking it was rude or impolite or big-headed to say I look nice? Like, you're allowed to think you look nice. Definitely get out of that mindset. It's so funny, I was with a friend the other day and we were taking photos together. She took my photo and I looked and I was like, oh my god, that photo's so pretty, like of me. And she was like laughing like, pretty, haha. And I was like, why? Thinking, why is that weird? Like, why is that awkward for a woman to compliment herself? You should 100% back yourself. Whenever you feel it, be like, wow, I look pretty today, I look hot today. It's like, give yourself affirmations. After you've started writing things every day, definitely go on to affirmations, but this does feel awkward. So affirmations are sort of words spoken out loud, and even if you don't feel good or feel pretty or feel beautiful, just saying it in the mirror like, I am beautiful, or I am amazing, I am confident, I'm worthy of love. You can literally Google so many body confidence affirmations, but like I said, your words come your reality. You're almost speaking it into existence. And you feel like an idiot. Like, it's embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie and say it's not embarrassing, because it is. You literally like stare in the mirror and you feel like a fucking dick, especially if you've got housemates. I just whisper it. I'm not gonna be like, I am stunning, beautiful princess. But my new one that I like saying is, I am powerful. Because it's like, I look and I'm like, I am powerful. Like, you are a powerful bitch, and I do feel really good after. I feel pretty powerful after. So find ones that work for you. Write down what you like about yourself at the end of the day, and then also say it. Do it for a week. Come back to me and see if you feel better, and I fucking guarantee you will, babe. Another thing that helped me loads is, and also just in general in life, is practicing gratitude. It is literally proven that the people who practice gratitude and are more grateful for everything do live happier, fuller lives. And this definitely helps so much when it comes to your body and puts things into perspective for sure. So the way you can do that with your body is being grateful for what your body actually does. We put so much importance on the physical aspects of how our body looks that we completely forget that this thing we are living in is keeping us alive 24/7. Like, and you actually deep how mad that is. Like, we're breathing, our blood is pumping, we can move. Like, I currently have COVID right now, and it's like my immune system is fighting the virus. Like, if I get a cut I've got cuts on my foot and it's already healed within a week and there's a new skin over. Like, our bodies are fucking magical. Like, even just the fact, I think I said this in the last video, the fact that we can just we drink and then we wee out the toxins, like, that is madness. But we never sit back and think of it like that. Like, we just go, oh, you've got a little bit of podge on your belly, ew. And it's like, okay, but that podge is protecting my organs, babe, and my womb that hopefully or maybe one day will hold a child. Like, our bodies are literally the most incredible things ever. and we treat them like shit. I don't know why. I don't know why we do it. It really is magnificent, and it's our home that we live in, and we shouldn't be so mean about it. We should be grateful just to be alive, to be honest. And you're probably like, this girl is like a massive hippie. I am, really, yeah, I am, because the alternative is hating myself. And I think even little things put it into perspective. You know, when you get a cold and you're ill for all week, I get colds all the time, I get ill all the time, and you just feel that little bit more grateful after you get better, and you're like, okay, yeah, like, things aren't that bad. Like, health is the most important thing, and if you have that, you are just so rich and lucky that we really shouldn't take it for granted, you know. And like, even the guy I'm seeing, he recently just broke his wrist, and he's like, oh my god, you don't even realize what things you need 2 hands to do. And yeah, obviously I know it's harder for people battling chronic illnesses or people who are disabled, so I don't want to take away from people's struggles by saying, oh, be grateful for your bodies, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean to, I don't want to offend anyone or anything like that. I'm just saying we are also lucky to even be alive. That why are we wasting these good years hating ourselves instead of just being like, wow, like, I could run a marathon if I wanted. I'm not gonna fucking do it because I hate fitness, but I could if I wanted, because my body is amazing. Another tip that helped me is just realizing how normal all these things are on your body. Like, rolls, we need them to literally move. Hip dips, it's just a natural way some people's hips go. Little lower belly pouches, like I said, protects our like lower intestines and our organs and our womb, and some people's body fat just naturally deposits in that way. Like it's literally, it's not a big deal. Some people's thighs are bigger, some people's thighs are smaller, some people have cellulite, because cellulite as well, never buy anything to fix cellulite, because it's not even, it's a myth. Like genuinely, it's a myth just for people to sell more things. It's just the way fat deposits on the body, and it just goes on women's bodies like that way. Stretch marks, I think for one, stretch marks are literally the sexiest things ever. I have them all over my legs, and I'm like, I had them even when I was size 6, to be fair. It's just a natural thing. Also, loads of guys have them. Even getting spots, I've been recently getting like some spots on my chest or on my back. Like it's just natural and normal, and it's just a human body, and we all need to accept it more, I think. Like, it's okay to have these things. We don't owe anyone flawless beauty. It's not real, it's fake, it's an ideal. And I don't want anyone to feel alone or feel like they're a freak because they have these things. They're not. Like literally, pretty much everyone has them. Every single person on this world has something they feel insecure about, and I bet you don't even notice it that much on other people. Tip number 4 is all about looking after yourself. It's all about making sure you're giving yourself the self-care you deserve, because self-care and self-love definitely come hand in hand. Do things because you deserve it. And it's doing these like physical activities or things that make you actually feel confident and pretty, because a lot of this advice isn't superficial, but I do think if you feel like you look good on the outside, naturally you're gonna feel good on the inside, you know? So it's investing in sexy underwear, finding the things that make you feel good. So I know for me, really sexy underwear that snatches my waist in, makes me feel like otherworldly. It makes me go like, oh damn, like you do look good. And it's those little moments that we need to really cherish and hold on to. So yeah, when I get sexy underwear, I dance around my room to Pussycat Dolls, and I'm like, whoa, and I take sexy photos, and you know what, I'm like, you know what, Sadie, you don't look so bad. It's doing those little self-confidence rituals that get you out of a funk, and they might be different to you. That might not be your thing. It might be physical activity. It might actually be going to the gym, not to lose weight, or dancing, or running, or walking, or doing things that make you feel good. Or it could be yoga, it could be meditation. It's those little rituals that just brighten up your day and make you feel like you. Definitely stay close to them. And even with physical activity, I'm not gonna lie and say I'm into fitness, I'm fucking not. I love walking, I love my hot girl walks. I usually walk 30 minutes every day, and I put my music in, I pretend I'm in a music video, and it does give you endorphins, so naturally it does make you feel better. So I definitely think it's not something to be overlooked, but I'm not gonna tell you to have like a vigorous exercise routine, because nah. But for me, it's meditating and walking, dancing in my underwear for sure. Another thing I would say is like the clothes you wear, how you do your makeup. Like if all week I'm in no makeup pajamas or like a ratty little t-shirt, and I'm just sat on the sofa and I'm like rotting into the sofa, and all I do all week is watch Netflix, like naturally by the end of the week I'm gonna be like, oh, I just feel like gross. To be honest, yeah, I do actually look gross, do you know what I mean? It's because I haven't seen myself look glam, but then when I see myself with all my makeup on, my hair done, like nice outfit, I do feel better about myself. And I don't think that's superficial to say that. That's just natural life. Like when you look good, you do feel good. So it is about learning like the kind of makeup that makes you feel good, makes you feel like you. Not everyone needs makeup, I'm not saying you do, but if it makes you feel confident, like work up your best features. Like for me, I really like my eyes, so I always wear nice eyeshadow to complement blue eyes. But for you, it might be you have really nice cheekbones, you want to accentuate your cheeks. Whatever feature you want to play it up, because the things you do like about yourself, you definitely want to put a big emphasis on them for sure. And for me, like when I have my nails did, my hair curled, everything, I'm gonna just feel better. Got my gold jewelry on. Like there's no harm in doing things or looking nice, that's all I'm saying. And I love when my friends who like a bit not confident, like I've helped them with their makeup or given them a nice outfit to wear, and then they just instantly, like the way they hold themselves, and they just feel like smiley, and they're like, oh, I feel really good. And that's important too. You don't have to spend a fortune, but definitely play around, work out what you feel looks best on you. I don't like this saving nice things for special occasions on rainy day. I'm definitely in my like if I like something, I'm fucking wearing it. I'm not saving my best perfume. I'm not like, you deserve it. You deserve treats and nice things, and it definitely boosts your confidence for sure. And then also with clothes, finding things that flatter you and not worrying too much about trends, because sometimes I do this all the time. A little micro trend will come out and I'll be like, I want to do that. Like, I ordered a low-rise mini skirt the other day and it just wasn't it. Like, you just have to accept some things just don't suit your body, and that's fine because we're all different. Do you know what I mean? Like, my housemate who has smaller boobs than me, she can rock these really like gorgeous low-cut swing sort of dresses and she looks so classy. If I wore that, it makes me look like bloated and like a 10 and just not sexy at all. But then I have a lot of low-cut stuff that accentuates my boobs and she can't wear that. So we all have things and features we want to play up. That's what is interesting about life. It's the spice of life, having all this variety, you know, between people. But work out what looks good on you. That's why it's good to follow fashion influencers with your body type, just to get some inspo. But like, do a big ASOS order, try loads of styles. You can always send it back and just try it on and work out what looks good, because wearing the right clothes, I know in certain dresses I'm like, I'm gonna feel 10 out of 10, and there's certain things I put on and I'm like, oh, I feel bloody awful in this. That's just life, you know. Like for me, high-waisted stuff that gets my boobs out because I want to accentuate my boobs. I have a small bum, so I can't always wear things that aren't flowy, because if they're tight you can kind of see I look like a pea. No bum. Do you know what I mean? It's just about learning that. And I'm quite short, so I can't wear long dresses. Like, it's taken me ages, and even now I'm still learning, but that's what's going to make you feel good and have like your signature makeup and signature fashion. You're like, yeah, real hot girl shit. So that I would definitely recommend. Another thing that's great when it comes to body confidence is just realizing that no one really cares. No one actually cares about you. We're all so self-obsessed, narcissistic individuals, and we actually just so wrapped up in our own lives. We all think we're the main character. Like, I think I'm the main character, but in your story I'm like a little random side, not even side, I'm like a blip in your fucking story. Like, I'm not even in one of your chapters, babe. Do you know what I mean? And everyone, that man out there, he thinks he's the main character. You're living the main thing of your life, and you are so worried that everyone's looking at you. That's what everyone else feels like. No one knows what they're doing in life. We're all just fumbling along. Like, when I'm on the tube, I'm like, oh, like, does my outfit look weird? Blah, blah, blah. The guy next to me is probably like thinking about what he's gonna have for dinner. The woman next to me is thinking like how she can save her marriage. Like, people don't really give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? It's just social media that makes us think they do. And like, I have never gone to the beach. I'm quite a positive person, to be fair, but I've never gone to the beach and gone like, oh, look at her body. I'm just like, wow, like, everyone's in a bikini having a good time. Like, people aren't looking at you in that way. Like, and I think realizing that helps you. It really does, because you're just like, might as well just live life how I fucking want, because life really is too short to hate yourself. Like, it is. That's the bottom line. That's why I was so fed up of being the way I was before, because I was like, there has to be more to life than waking up and feeling like this. There has to be. And if anyone does care and they say mean things, they're a fucking embarrassing little troll, and it's a self-projection of them. It's no person who's happy would ever be horrible about another person. Do you know what I mean? I never am, because I've sorted my life out. They need to do some self-reflection, meditation, sack off the Darren that's getting them down. It's just the most freeing mindset when you realise no one really cares how you look as much as you do. Free yourself of the fucking shackles, babe. The last tip I have is kind of a similar tip that I would give someone going through a breakup, and that is fall in love with your life. Fall in love with every aspect of your life, and just, you know, have a lust for life, be passionate, like focus on your career, your friends, your goals, fitness, family, hobbies, like relationships, love. Well, maybe not for breakups, actually, don't do that, but just being a hot girl, single, whatever. Like, there is so much more to life than how we look and our bodies, and we deserve to be happy. We deserve to live a full life without the constraints of every day, like worrying about how we look. Like, in the summer, like, don't miss out on opportunities is what I'm trying to say. But also, when you are so in love with your life and you're thriving in all these areas and you're putting all this effort and you're committed to bettering every aspect of your life, you actually just become very focused on that, and you get distracted almost from the fact that you don't like your body. Like, it's like shifting the focus onto other things. And also doing that in general is just the best thing you could ever do, being committed to your, because you'll see your life start to just level up and you'll just be happier in general. And it is really the best distraction. You won't have fucking time to think about your roles because you'll be living your best life, hun. Do you know what I mean? And if all else fails, huns, the biggest and oldest tip in the book, just fucking fake it till you make it. Like, if you just pretend to be confident, a lot of confidence is just pretending until eventually you feel it. And that's pretty much what I did, and it really did work for me. Hey, it's editing Sadie from the future here. Woo! I also just want to say on confidence, this is like a proven fact that the more confident people are just the more attractive people in the room, because they have an aura about them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been on sets and with loads of different sized women, and the one who was plus size and the biggest out of everyone, right, she had the most confidence, and I could not take my eyes off her. Like, I was like, she's stunning, because her whole aura, her whole vibe, everything she brought was just, it makes you believe it. It makes you go, wow. So that's the kind of confidence you need in your life, because it's try and test it fucking works. But I know how hard it is, and I know how you feel, so please never feel alone. Like, it's so draining and it's so hard to feel that way about your body. It affects every part of your life. It's not nice at all. But one thing I will say is it's up to you. It's up to you to change it. Like, only you can change the way you think about yourself, and you have to be very committed to a self-love and self-acceptance journey. I literally was having a chat with one of my friends. She got really upset about her body. It was honestly like heartbreaking to watch someone get upset about it, and it's so much harder when it's your friend. But I literally just said, these are the options. Like, these are the options. You either completely change your whole lifestyle and you basically starve yourself, only eat salads, go to the gym every day, don't enjoy yourself, and have this vigorous crazy lifestyle. Because if I did that, and if she did that, we probably could have tiny skinny bodies, and like, that's all we'd focus on, right? Or you carry on hating yourself. That's another option. Just stay comfortable, stay hating yourself for the rest of your life. Not really an option though. Or the last one is you learn to fucking accept yourself as you are, and as amazing as you are, and you just try and change your mindset. You have to really try. Like, it's not going to be easy. It isn't going to be easy at all. But I really hope this video helped you in some way, and you found a few new tips or found something else to try. And I really wish you all the luck, and I hope that you can realize how beautiful and gorgeous you are, and how amazing your body is, no matter what bloody size it is, and go on to live like an abundant, happy, confident life, because that's what you deserve, bottom line. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you very, very soon.